Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing great. And we're gonna decorate this cupboard doors today. It's gonna be a big one, so let's do it. Hey my friends, what's down? Louka is here and I draw my way out of depression. Well, sorry guys for the ink joke. Let's do it for real. In today's video, we're gonna decorate this cupboard doors. The reason why I chose to draw on this thing is because ever since when I started to draw a bit intensely, if they're blank smooth surface, it is really tempting for me. I just want to pick a pen and draw on them. So I have a few targets here in this apartment. There are doors and this cupboard or cabinet and a dining table surface, coffee table surface, and yeah, maybe some other stuff, but they're the main targets that I really did consider to draw on. So the reason why I chose this one specifically is because for the doors, I think they belong to my landlord, and if I would like to draw on them, maybe someday if I would like to move out of this apartment, I would have to replace it with a new door, and maybe I just don't like that kind of hassle. And for the table surface, well, I'm not even sure why. Maybe it's because of if I would like to draw on those kind of surface, I would have to have another setup for the camera, and well, I haven't. I just didn't know how to set up the camera to record if I would like to draw on any kind of table surface. So here we go. It's me and the cupboard. It is. The surface, it's really, really smooth. It's so much better than the canvas. But, well, the position, like my sitting position is not really good, I think. I'm not sure how it is with painting mural, for like I've seen some street artists, they use spray cans and paint the walls or something. Do they have to do something? Do they feel a bit uneasy with their standing position or standing? I think standing is okay, but with the lower part of the mural, I haven't seen anyone. Yeah, I haven't seen them doing it live, so not sure about how they can paint or draw on the. Okay, coffee break. Do you want to have a cup of coffee? You can have it now with me. Hey, I'm trying to have a conversation here, dude. It's rude. But yeah, I guess a cup of coffee sounds it sounds good.
So, if I remember correctly, I was talking about street artists and their like standing, sitting positions. Okay, let's continue from there.
I haven't seen them doing it live, so not sure about how they can paint or draw on the like lower part of the mural. Do they have to lie on the floor like what I'm doing right now?
I mean, when drawing this one, but later, not exactly right now.
Yeah, not so sure about that. So it's a little bit uneasy for me, and the position of the hand is not that ideal to draw. But luckily, the ink flow is really great. Yeah, because I'm using the Posca markers here. I think I really like Posca markers because I think they're really generous with ink. Like the ink flows like a waterfall. I think it's too much of a comparison, but you know what I mean. So the other day, I just really have to mention about this communication thing is because I always have problems with communication. Even when I was at work, every time that I have a one-on-one meeting with my team lead, I usually raise my concern about how I would like to improve my communication skills. They always say that I don't have any problem with that, but I do think that I have problem with communication because maybe they don't see it, but I struggle a lot when communicating with someone. Maybe it's a common thing. It's maybe everybody feels that way, but we just don't show it enough. So I think I have that kind of problem that I need to fix. Why I know that is because I've just reread my resolutions for like from 2017. Like each year I put improve communication skills there as a bullet point. So I think it's really something that I need to tackle also this year, but I didn't add it as a thing that I need to improve this year. But I don't think I'm there yet. I think I still have problem with communication. So to describe the problem, for example, every time that I hear the question, how are you? How you doing? Like I asked you guys from the beginning of the video. Sorry if you have some kind of a anxiety attack whenever you hear that question. So for me, whenever I hear that kind of question, I really have to think about how am I feeling. Like there's so many things going on in my brain when I hear that kind of question to analyze how I really feel. And all the questions that I hate is how was your weekend? Like I can't even remember what I did what I was doing over the weekend. So when I was working every Monday, daily, I have to. Oh my god! What did I do? There's sometimes I have to write it down. Like I have to write diary during my weekend in order to just remember what I did, so that I can tell them on Monday that I did this and that. Maybe if there's some kind of unusual event or unusual activity, I would remember. Or maybe I even don't remember if I went to a spa or I went to somewhere nice. I I don't think that I need to remember those things. So I just forget about those. But yeah, if I want to communicate, I need to remember those things. Otherwise, it would be hard to communicate with me because imagine if you ask me something and I just keep silent. It's gotta be perceived as either rude or just rude, I think. Or maybe they're gonna think there's some kind of problem with me. Yeah, so where was I? Okay. Okay, so there's the story. The other day um, I went to a place that it's not it's not that I went to see a doctor, but I went to see some kind of consultant, and they know about my situation that I have depression and I used to have some kind of other health issues. And she asked me, how am I? And I just I paused for a little. I replied, I'm okay, I'm good. And then she paused for a little while. She said, didn't you have some kind of and then she paused again. And then I said, oh, yeah, sorry, I just forgot about that. And then I described my true feeling, my true kind of current situation. So that's it. Like whenever I hear that kind of question, I just because if there's so many things that's happening and the feelings that I feel is really complicated, I just want to mask them with I'm okay. But if I feel some kind of I feel a little bit tired, just a little bit, or I feel happy just a little bit, or if they're in a very small amount and it's not very complicated, I would reply with my true feeling. But most of the time I think it's really complicated. So I just reply with I'm okay. There's nothing there's nothing really worth saying, worth mentioning. So yeah, that's how I deal with the how are you kind of question. What about you? Do you have that kind of problem? I used to think that it's just me, but the more I share, the more I think that's kind of a common way of thinking. People just hate small talk, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, But why do we have such a hard time dealing with just a simple question? Is that really a simple question? Yeah, I'm not even sure about that anymore. Is that that simple? How are you? How do you feel? How do you do? Like, those are really a complicated question because, yeah, they're just really complicated to me. Yeah. Yeah. Comment below if you have the same kind of issue, or if you don't have, well, maybe let me know how can I overcome this kind of anxiety whenever I hear people ask me how I feel or what did I do. Maybe it's because of the people, like the kind of people that ask me that question. If a friend asks me that question, well, I think it's the same, but I can share a little bit more with them. But I think it's the same. I think I still have to think about it. I still have I still feel a little bit of anxiety, or yeah, thinking about how I feel, and maybe I just don't want to think about how I feel or how I'm doing. Like, I'm doing okay in general, but a little bit deeper, who knows? Like, it depends. It really depends on the situation. Like, the moment that I was asked, it depends on so many things. Yeah, and yeah, it's just hard. It's just hard. How can we? Well, how do they communicate back then when we were just like in the past? How can we communicate? Do they even ask each other, "How are you?" and stuff like that? Do they even care to ask that kind of question? What is the purpose of that question really? To open up a conversation or something? What is the purpose of that kind of question? Why do we have to ask how do the other feel? Well, I don't know. I think it's just to open a conversation, and we do it in a little bit of autopilot manner, like just automatically ask that kind of question. Do they even care when they ask that kind of question? Maybe the doctor, they would care because they have to know how I feel, but the others, maybe they just don't really care about how I truly feel, and it's one of the factors that makes it harder for me to answer, because I have to think that maybe if they like, how much do I want to share? How much do they want to know? Like, on surface level, on like a 10 times deeper level? I don't know. I can't read people. And then sometimes I just say whatever I want to say. I share a lot, and I tend to not think back of what I was saying, because if I then think back about what I was saying, telling them, I would panic, and I would be in a deep misery of sharing too much. Like, I don't know why I feel what I feel. Well, I think it's a little bit too much now. So here is my new kind of new cupboard, and I really like how it turned out. I have to really uh, I have to really think about some part of this. Like I have to like solving a problem. Like it's just like solving coding problems here or a math problem, because for the left hand side it's okay. It is I didn't really struggle with it, but the right hand side, well, I had to really think about how can I draw the next line, because it started to be in 3D, I think. So it's hard. It's easy to mess up things in 3D if it, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so this is a really big project to me, like the biggest so far. And it took like how many hours? Maybe I I can't remember right now when I'm saying this. I have to check. Um all right, see you in the next one, and hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like something like this but haven't really subscribed yet, please do so for more videos like this. And I hope your day is a good one. See you in the next one, and take care.